because our brain is conditioned to separate everything. We still want to put people into boxes of spirituality and non-spirituality, when in the end of the day, we are all spiritual beings incarnated, living this reality and living as human beings. And it doesn't matter what we do, how we live our lives, how we evolve, and what is our own path to growth. Hi, and welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that's been going on for a while in my mind. I also talked to some friends about it. I've been observing life and my own experiences around that theme, so I thought I could just come here and speak freely about it. This topic is, what does it actually mean to live in spiritual life? So first of all, we've all been in this place where we're starting our spiritual journey and beginning this new era of our lives, where we discover this new world and everything sounds so beautiful, and we learn so much more about ourselves. We start to dig into our inner self. We start to really get to know ourselves better, heal so many parts of ourselves, and this is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. And also, there's nothing wrong with identifying as a spiritual person. But sometimes at some point of our journeys, we do something that is putting ourselves back into boxes one more time. It's funny because we do all this work of letting go of old conditioning, old beliefs, but then we find ourselves identifying with this new culture. And at first, this comes naturally because, of course, we're curious. We want to try new things, right? We want to try meditation, tarot cards. We want to try all the techniques available, all the holistic therapies out there. But then this becomes our new personalities and our new identities. So there's this culture which says that if you're spiritual, you have to dress a certain way, you have to listen to some kind of music, you have to go to this and this place, you have to avoid drinking too much, you have to be into meditation, yoga, you cannot drink, you cannot party so much. There's this almost hidden rules that nobody talks about. But then I already seen people of the spiritual movement talking bad or judging someone because they're doing something that is not part of the specific culture, the specific spiritual realm. And again, it's totally okay and even comes naturally sometimes for so many people to like and do the yoga, the meditation, to go to all of the holistic events, but then assume that everybody else has to do the same things. It's a bit limiting, right? Because our brain is conditioned to separate everything. We still want to put people into boxes of spirituality and non-spirituality, when in the end of the day, we are all spiritual beings incarnated, living this reality and living as human beings. And it doesn't matter what we do, how we live our lives, how we evolve, and what is our own path to growth. We're all on the same rock floating through space, and we're all having our own growth according to our own experiences, but doing this together. We're all acting according to our own consciousness. The inspiration I want to bring today is that sometimes when we are pursuing this spiritual life, we're also in some sort of way escaping the real life. Sometimes the spiritual things that we bring into our life takes so much of our energy that we forget to be grounded, forget to do the things that needs to be done, connecting with real people, creating meaningful connections, evolving in a grounded way, building something in a matter. And while we're in this journey, if we don't pay attention to ourselves and be really present, it's very easy to get lost and to say no to all of the material things and experiences we live as human beings, like working, having a daily routine, taking care of our bodies, our relationships, our projects. So I think the most spiritual thing we can do as human beings incarnated here is actually show up, be present, live your life, walk the walk, and of course learn how to balance the spiritual realm and the physical realm. They go together here. Trust me, I know it sounds way easier to feel inner peace, to feel happy, to feel grateful when you're focusing on nourishing only your soul and not looking at the physical things so much. But the real bliss comes when we learn how to integrate both worlds, because the challenges will be there, but these challenges will take us to the next step and help us to evolve here. What happened to me, and I know it happens to a lot of people, is that we dive deep into ourselves, into our souls. We open ourselves to this beautiful new spiritual world, but then we take what we learned, what we remembered, and come and try to make it happen in the 3D life. And knowing that everything, including yourselves, are literally energy, we can work here in our daily lives, our jobs, our routines, our family. We can work with what we have, with our actions, with our presence, with our energy, and just by giving love and by changing the way we act, this changes everything. Because when we change ourselves and our inner world, we're also changing the outside world. When we're starting our journey, we think we have everything figured out. We think we know exactly how to deal with our healing process, with ourselves, that we know exactly what to do, only to realize that we know nothing. We're just learning. We're just little babies here. So when we have self-compassion with ourselves and others, we understand that they're doing the best they can with the conscience they have now, and we're doing the same. We're all evolving at our own pace, and that's the beautiful part of it. And I want to finish this video by telling you that you should never trust anyone who takes your own power away from you. The power is always within you, and no spirituality can take that away. Their spirituality should bring you back to your inner power, back to yourself, to your center, to your soul, and never make you dependent on others. And once we remember who we really are, we don't need anything else. We just need to show up with our presence, with our love, and we just have to truly be ourselves in this world. That is enough. I would love to know what spirituality means to you, and you can drop that in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.